guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be showing you guys my Booktubeathon 2017 TBR. For those of you who did not know, the Booktubeathon is a readathon that happens every summer. This year it's occurring from July 24th to July 31st. And basically it's just a week-long readathon where the whole Booktube community comes together and we just try to read as much as possible for that week. We come together on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. There's so many different challenges and so many ways to get engaged. This is actually my first year participating and I'm super excited because I just really want to do some of the video challenges and the Instagram challenges, and I'm going to vlog, and I'm going to do a wrap-up, and it's going to be great. So for those of you who did not know, there are also reading challenges that go along with your TBR. Now you can choose to do them or not to do them or combine challenges, but for me, I wanted to push myself that extra mile, and I wanted to do one book per challenge, or I'm striving to do that. So let's get into my TBR. The first challenge is to read a book with a person on the cover, and for challenge number 1, I'm going to be reading It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. As you can see here, there is the outline of a person on the cover with a map on the inside. I actually have tons of books with people on the cover, but I'm saving those for other challenges. But It's Kind of a Funny Story revolves around a teenager named Craig, and he pushes himself very hard in school. He wants to get all the good grades, get into the right college, and he's doing really well until soon enough he just stops eating, stops sleeping because he's pushing himself so hard, and eventually he almost kills himself. So he's put in a psychiatric hospital where he meets a whole bunch of people with so many different problems, and soon enough he is forced to confront the sources of his anxiety and depression, and it just seems like a really nice coming-of-age tale, and I haven't read many like it, so I'm really excited to get through it. Challenge number 2 is to read a hyped book. Now I have a lot of choices for this one because I feel like most of the books I've been reading these days are hyped because I get most of my recommendations from Booktube, and that is typically where books get hyped. But for this, since the movie is coming out, or is already out I guess, I'm going to be going with Everything by Nicola Yoon. For those of you who do not know, even though I'm sure you do, Everything is about a teenage girl who has a very rare disease that basically causes her to be allergic to the outside world. She's only really known her mother and her nurse named Carla, but soon enough a new family moves onto their street and there is a new boy on the block, and she meets him and they fall in love, and from what I can gather it's a really romantic contemporary, and I'm really excited to get to it. It's pretty short too, so I'm pretty sure I can get through this one pretty quickly. Challenge number 3 is to read a book in one day, and for that I've chosen The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. I don't know too much about this book. All I know is that it's super short, and I know that it takes place over the span of, I think, 24 hours, and that's really what intrigued me about this book. I really wanted to know how much could happen in 24 hours, but all I know, it takes place on an airplane and these two teenagers meet, and apparently they may or may not fall in love. I've heard nothing but great things about this book, and it is, I want to say, only about 300, not even, pages, so I think I can finish this in one day. Challenge number 4 is to read a book with a character that is different from you, and for that I have chosen Tash Hart's Tolstoy by Catherine Ormsby. Tash Hart's Tolstoy follows a teenage girl named Natasha, or Tash, and her web series about one of her favorite author's books, her favorite author being Leo Tolstoy. One of his books, her web series has gone viral, and this book kind of shows her way of navigating her way through it with friends and popularity, and I've never really read a book like this before, and I've heard nothing but great things about it. And the reason why Tash is so different from me is she's actually asexual. I've never read a book with a asexual character. I am not asexual, so I thought it'd be really interesting to read this book. Challenge number 5 is to read a book completely outdoors, and for that I've chosen The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. Now, I don't go outside very much. I don't really enjoy the outdoors, especially where I live during the summertime. The sun gets really brutal, it can get up to 100 degrees, and it's just awful. However, Booktubeathon actually spills into a road trip I'm going on to Florida, so that's like 20 plus hours in the car. So maybe I'll cheat and read this in the car, because technically the car is being outside of my house, or I can just suck it up and read it outside when I get to Florida or here. I don't know, we'll see. This book is like the shortest book I own. It's like 200 pages. It can't be that bad. And in terms of the plot, I think everyone knows what The Perks of Being a Wallflower is about. Challenge number 6 is to read a book you bought only because of the cover, and for that I've chosen The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Now, I have to admit that I didn't buy this book in its entirety because of the cover only. The cover definitely is gorgeous, and that's what drew me to this book, but I definitely didn't buy it because of the cover. I bought it because of the story, and it sounds really intriguing. However, this cover is just, it's gorgeous. All of Nicola Yoon's books cover, they're amazing. However, The Sun is Also a Star follows two teenagers, Natasha and Daniel, both of which have come from very different lifestyles, and they have their own different problems, and they meet and they fall in love, but from what I understand, things keep them apart. I'm not completely sure. I don't know if I want to go into this book knowing so much. I just kind of want to read it and be caught off guard if I have to. Challenge number 7, or the final challenge, is to read 7 books. And to add a 7th book to my TBR, I've chosen Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. This book is about 350 pages, so I don't think it would take me that long to get through it. I've heard amazing things about this book, and I understand that the main character has OCD, and I really love reading books about characters with mental illness. I feel like it's not talked about enough in literature, and I'm very open about this. As you watch my upcoming videos, I'm very open about the fact that I really love books that discuss mental illness, because I feel like mental illness is such a taboo topic that not a lot of people talk about, and I really want to get that conversation going. So I typically don't read books about mental illness because I haven't found them, but like I said, it's kind of a funny story, deals with mental illness, this deals with mental illness. I have a couple other books that I want to read that deals with mental illness, and so yeah, I'm just really excited to get through this. This may be one of the first ones I pick up. So guys, that was my overly ambitious Booktubeathon TBR. If you filmed a video showing us your Booktubeathon TBR, please leave it down below in the comments. I'd love to check you and your channel out. And if you don't have a channel, you didn't make a video, but you want to let me know a book or books you're reading for the Booktubeathon, let me know in the comments down below. I love talking to you guys, get a discussion going. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and all that amazing stuff. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!